Previously on Survivor LU. Tigress won their second challenge in a row, sending Gihan back to Tribal Council. Despite their victory, targets were emerging as Megan, Sam, and MJ set their sights on Nicole.
I don't know. I feel like we'd be able to continue going without Nicole. I don't want to say that, but
No, it makes sense.
It makes sense. You don't think Nate will run?
When we brought it up to him, he was kind of set on Ellie.
He was set on Ellie.
Unsatisfied with their target, Nate took that information to Nicole and Dawson.
And they wanted to vote you out, and then they want to vote out Dawson because he's too friendly and social.
Sam just texted me. I do want to work with you, so just know you have an ally. Ally my butt! Are you kidding me?
Okay, we got Sam first. We get rid of Sam first. He's playing hardcore at the gate.
Nate began working hard to gather votes, even with those he had previously targeted.
Of everybody on the team, the person I would not trust, or I would trust the least, or expect me to stab me in the back, would easily be Sam. Easily, because he seems like the one who's playing with the most strategy game in mind.
Right.
You know?
At Gihan, Luke and Alexa found themselves in the middle.
We get to decide who goes
really
where.
decide who goes home.
In the end, they sided against Addie Grace and Megan, leading to Addie Grace's torch being snuffed. 14 are left. Who will be voted out next?
So to say that I am pissed off is a bit of an understatement right now. Like, I am so mad at my tribe. They are all snakes. Like, I thought that there was a core 4, Luke, Alexa, me, and Addie Grace voting out Liz. But apparently, as seen tonight, that was not the case. I knew something was up when Liz did not raise her hand and said that she felt confident in this week. I knew that something was not right and that it was going to go downhill.
I wasn't worried of going home. I knew my name was being thrown out there. It's really funny at Tribal to see Addie Grace look at me when I said I thought I was safe because she had no idea she was being blindsided. So,
did I think I was going to receive votes? Not at all. I just thought that Addie Grace was going to get the votes, but that we would still have the majority and Liz would go home. I have no allegiance to Gihan whatsoever. I could care less about them at this point, so I'm all for working with the red team. I do not care about Gihan at all. They have showed me nothing but stab me in the back and lying to my face, so I'm over it. Praying to God I would make it through because I don't obviously want to go home. Basically, overall tonight, absolutely pissed and ready to be on a different tribe. So yeah.
Okay, so last night was wild. We had tribal council and we somewhat blindsided them. We decided to send the guys of my core 5, which is Ben, Nathan, and Luke. We had them vote Addie Grace, and then me and Liz decided to vote Megan. We knew that Megan and Addie Grace were voting for Liz, so we wanted to split the votes just in case either of them had an idol, so that we could re-vote against Liz and Megan and all vote for Megan. So neither of them had an idol, so it was Addie Grace that ended up going home. It was somewhat of a blindside, but only for Megan and Addie Grace.
Alright, Tigress getting their first look at the new Gihan tribe. Addie Grace voted out at Tribal Council.
All right, Tigress, bring it on back. All right. But this challenge, this is not what you're playing for. Oh, okay.
These are what you will be playing for this week. This week, both tribes will be going to tribal council. The only way that you can guarantee that you are safe is by winning the individual immunity necklace.
Alright, so let's get down to it. Alright, this challenge is simple. On my go, you will pick up your spoon and begin to place the coin I specify on top of it. The goal of this challenge is to balance each coin on top of the other. You're eliminated when at least one coin falls off your stack. You'll be given a 5-second countdown to place each coin that I call out. Last person remaining from each tribe wins immunity and is safe from tribal council. Everyone else vulnerable at these next tribals. Survivors ready? Nickel. Nickel. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone has to have a bin already out of this competition. MJ and Nate already out of this competition. Just seconds in. Everyone looking pretty strong so far. Not much movement by anyone. Luke, out of this competition. Nathan, Liz, out of this competition. Nicole, out of this competition. We are going to start with a penny next, a penny. In 5, 4, Sam, out of this competition. 3, Dawson, out. 2, 1. Megan, out of this competition. Alexa wins immunity for Gihan. Still, Ellie, Garrett, and Megan holding on. We're next gonna go with a dime. A dime in 5, 4, 3. Garrett out, Ellie out. Megan wins individual immunity, safe from tribal council.
All right, Megan, you are safe from tribal council. We'll see y'all both next week at tribal council.
Turns out not a lot of people are good at balancing things in this season, so that felt really good. I was very excited. There's a small part of me that is scared that now people may look at me as a threat. But I balanced two coins on a spoon, so I don't know how much that says about my ability in a challenge.
Tell us that both tribes are going to tribal council next week and that we have to vote one member out from each tribe, but that we're going to do an immunity challenge and only one person from each tribe can win immunity. So this is really nerve-wracking because honestly I would have been fine with anyone on my tribe winning immunity except for Megan, because those are my core 5 and Megan. And so we've got all of us over here, we've got Megan, and I'm like, as long as Megan doesn't win, we're fine, because we're all united on that vote. The problem is, if Megan wins this immunity, then everything goes down, because we've got to decide out of the 5 who we're going to send home. We decided this challenge, and guess who won individual immunity? So, yes, I took it. It was down to me and Megan, which was wild. But on the drive home, she dropped me off after the challenge, and she was like, yo, what happened? And I was like, I don't even know why your name was in there. Like, it must have been Ben and Nathan, because Luke and Liz and I went Addie Grace, and I explained to her we went Addie Grace, and she agreed that like Addie Grace was a big threat and like should have been more careful about how she played her game. I feel really bad because I didn't mean to throw Ben and Nathan under the rug, but I didn't want her thinking that Luke had gone against her or I, and I think that she already dislikes Liz, so I felt like it was the best move strategically, and that was the conclusion she kind of drew on her own, so I kind of just confirmed that. But as soon as I win this challenge, which we're like stacking coins on top of spoons and stuff, and I win this challenge, and I go back over to the mat, stand on the mat where they tell us to stand, and down by the mat is a rolled up piece of paper. It's just sitting there, and I still don't know how no one else found it because I was the last person to get back to the mat from our team because I won the challenge, but no one else had grabbed it. So I picked it up and I slid it in my pocket, and I didn't open it till I got home, and it's a clue. It's knowledge to what I think would be a hidden immunity idol, and it says, near where you read the water gleams, under some green is what you need. So clearly we're talking about, I would hope, the pond by the library, which makes a lot of sense, so I'm hoping to get back down there, but I'm trying to recover from this concussion, and all my class load is crazy, so I don't have a lot of extra time in my day to go dig down by the pond.
We did the challenge yesterday, and the twist was both tribes are going to tribal council no matter what, and each person on the tribe is competing for individual immunity. So there's going to be an immunity winner for Gihon, there's going to be an immunity winner for Tigress. I've been wanting to do an individual immunity challenge the entire game. I've been looking forward to it ever since the game, and I lost, unfortunately. I was in the final four of that challenge, which I'm pretty proud of, but I wish it could have gone better. For the first time in a while, I don't feel safe, and it's not a great feeling.
Okay, so any ideas from anybody right now?
I have no agenda, and I'm willing to work with people. That's what I'm going to say.
So you don't really...
Well, I think the easy way to do it would just be the five of us vote out someone who's not with us right now. And Megan's safe, so it would have to be Garrett or Nicole. Like, right now, it's not the time to, like, rock the boat too much.
No. My fear is, like, because I'm gone all week, I can't talk to people.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm gone all week. You can still text people and, like...
I know, I just feel, like, really on edge. So, like, that's why I'm kind of saying, like...
You want to talk?
And right now... because of my current situation, I will vote anybody.
Go ahead.
So a safe vote would be Nicole.
Yeah, I think she'd be one we would sit out on the challenge anyways.
Yeah.
So I think it would be smart to go with her first.
It's all a knowing game. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm safe or not for Monday for tribal. I think I've got my alliances locked down. But the issue is everyone is good at the challenges, which means they might not need me for the future. And that's very scary to think about. Hopefully we stick to the plan and it's a majority vote for Nicole. But I could just be paranoid, but I think my name might be on the chopping block. Or it could just be paranoia.
Alright, so I just talked with Ben, and now I'm even more confused. Ben saying that he did not vote for me, he voted for Addie Grace, which I am choosing to believe him over Alexa, considering I don't trust her at all. I mean, I will say I trust you way more than I trust Alexa. So if you're telling me you didn't vote for me, then that's just a big red flag from her.
Well, yeah, because, like, my fear is that, like, it definitely does seem like,
Luke and Alexa are tight.
Yeah, they definitely seem like they kind of seem like they're almost like running like.
They are running it. It's a mutual consensus between me and Ben that Luke and Alexa need to be split up.
It's so hard because I honestly am in the dark about a lot of things, like trying to just.
Well, me too.
Like,
I
get
have
to
no.
know as, like,
I mean,
much
clearly,
as I
had
can.
no idea what was going on this week.
Yeah, like that's honestly my biggest fear is that, like, you know, just people, like, of course, like, banding together without, like, your knowing and whatnot. And, like, I think, like, after, if, like, you get voted out, they would most likely, like, come after me or something like that.
I'm open to anything at this point to save myself. Yeah. Anyone who's playing this game and is on our tribe would be stupid not to realize that Luke and Alexa are running the show. Luke and Alexa are a dangerous pair.
Oh, yeah, I 100% agree with that.
I think that you can agree upon it. I can see it. I think if if Liz and Nate are able to see, then this is the only week we can really have left to make a big move before something happens.
I know this is a bit of a long shot, but by any chance, like, you do have like immunity idol, or like if you do have
and if I had known that people were taking the knowledge, I would have taken the knowledge, because at the point it didn't matter. So no, I didn't take the knowledge, and I wish I had taken the knowledge.
Yeah, because like what I was thinking is that like if you did have an idol, like because I'm pretty sure like again there's.
If I had an idol, I would be playing it this weekend.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm in full-blown search for the idol mode. Like, literally praying to God that I find this idol, because if I find this idol, oof, the power is in my hands. So basically my plan for this week is to wreak havoc and cause a lot of problems and go out with a bang, because at this rate it's looking like I am on the chopping block. I'm literally praying to God that I'm able to pull off some sort of blindside and get Luke out of here.
Now the bigger concern, which is Nate.
So yesterday when I was talking to Nate, he just said, like, he was kind of like, okay, like, who do you trust? Like, obviously I didn't say, like, I was in an alliance or anything like that, but I was just like, well, I really love MJ, and, like, I feel like we really get on well. Like, I would trust her. And he was like, but MJ's in an alliance with Megan and Sam. And I was like, what? Like, I was like taken aback.
When did
and
he
so
what?
Like, I guess I just at that point I like didn't want to believe him, but like at the same time I like definitely lost some trust. Like,
yeah. So, but we were just talking about things, and Nate, he was talking about, like, he's the one who asked, like, who do you trust and everything, and he talked about voting you off. So I don't know what he's trying to play now, or what his angle is, but he talks, and like, Sam and I didn't agree with him. Like, and Sam goes, I was thinking like more Nicole, but why would you say Ellie, kind of thing. And I was like, and he was saying just because he said stuff about like not trusting you and like not knowing your angle and not being able to like read you and stuff like that. That's what Sam said. I mean, that's what Nate said.
Nate is trying to convince everyone that he's throwing our names out just to throw Sam off. But, like, why would you, one, like, bring up my name when no one's even talking about it? Like, he should have just said Nicole. Also, he's not just bringing up name, like, my name, he's making up crap. But you're making them be suspicious of me, like, about things that aren't even true, like, that I'm making alliances with the other tribe and that I'm being dishonest. Like, that's totally different. Not, like, come up with this entire backstory and all these lies. That's just stupid, and I don't know why he's doing it.
You sat him down and you guys said we're voting off Nicole and then we're voting off Dawson, and he said that
Nate is flat out lying.
He said that.
What is his angle? I don't know what game they're playing. I know that Nate thinks his biggest competitors are me, Sam, and Megan, because he's pinned everyone against us.
See, he met me yesterday and he was like, I mean, I definitely trust you. Like, I don't think you would stab me in the back or do anything. And he's like, of everyone, like, he's like, I feel like you're definitely trustworthy. And he said, oh my gosh.
He said you were being so sketchy. And
I've never talked to him. I don't know how I'm sketchy, but I've never talked to him.
This is like blowing my mind. Is he playing everyone right now?
Like, I can't believe he made me actually question MJ. That's ridiculous. Like, and it frustrates me. I love MJ, and if he seriously thinks he can do that and get fully away with it without any of us talking to each other and realizing it, I'm sorry, but he's dumb. Like, that's just stupid. Like, do you really think if you go and talk to everyone on the tribe and tell them different things that they're never going to communicate with each other? Like, I want him gone.
I am not in alliance with Megan and Sam. I don't want to look like the bad guy. I don't want to be that person right now, and I don't trust Sam.
So I just talked to Dawson, and I found out that either MJ, Megan, or Sam told Ellie that I wanted to get her out first. I'm like, oh no. Oh man, if they hadn't said anything, I would just be golden right now. And now I have to figure out a way around this that I'm not gonna get all messed up from it. Because now Ellie's paranoid and doesn't know if she can trust me. my game is kind of being blown up right now, and it's not great.
So I decided, since I'm at North, that I would take a stroll around and try to find the idol here. I am kind of freaking out right now. I just found, it looks like a clue on the middle of the floor. Oh gosh. Am I being played right now by someone? Is this not what I think it is? Oh my gosh. So instead of sitting in my car, I decided to walk around the area that we just played the competition over by North, by the ice skating rink. And so I was looking through all the trees. Then I finally just walked to where our competition was, and I found this scrolled up piece of paper, and it says, it's kind of hard to flip it around, to embark on this endeavor, search nearby the light that burns forever. And so now I'm kind of freaking out because that definitely has to be from the game. It was kind of just lying on the floor, so I was surprised because I was searching it all in like trees and stuff. But yeah, right now I'm going to the light that burns forever, aka by the hill, and I'm gonna search by the eternal flame. Okay, luckily no one else is out here, so this is where I am on the hill. The eternal flame is there. I'm so freaking pumped. Oh my gosh. Like, I don't know. Okay, I'm out here day 2 by the eternal flame. And I realized the paper does say nearby the flame. So I was searching by here, and then I was like, okay, I need to look around at these trees. And I see this tree, and I'm like, oh, this is a unique looking tree. And then I see this rock in here, and so I just stuck a stick in, and it looks like there's something plastic. Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes! I'm so pumped. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited. Okay, well, I'm not gonna fully open this now. There's a squirrel right next to me that might attack me. So I'm gonna, oh my gosh, I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm really scared. Yes! Congrats, you found the hidden immunity idol. This idol can keep you safe from being voted out at a tribal council. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm just gonna sit momentarily on my longboard and explain how I'm feeling about if I need this idol. So basically, my name is still coming up. It came up last night. So it ended up being Nate, MJ, Dawson, Sam, and Ellie. And so of course, when everyone gets alone, Sam's like, okay, so who should we vote out? And then Nate, who says he's in my alliance, we kind of talked previously about us like dropping names of people we're aligned with just so people wouldn't suspect that we were working together. But Nate says, oh, we should vote out Nicole. So I was kind of annoyed that he brought up my name, and so that confirmed to Ellie, like, oh, Nate's the snake. But I think it's just a miscommunication. I think Nate still wants to work with me and Dawson. I think he still wants Sam out. I think he just said my name because Sam was there and wanted to say something instead of nothing, because no one else said anything.
Okay, so Operation Make Fake Idol is underway. I am at AC Moore right now, and I am getting the supplies to make a fake idol because I am not going out without a fighting chance. Okay, so this is the final piece. Here's the fake immunity idol. I just got off FaceTime with Nate, and I told him not about the fake idol, but that I am looking hard for the real idol. I proposed blindsiding Luke with him and Ben and hopefully Liz, but I don't know about Liz. I don't know how close she is with Alexa. So there's a little bit of hope in me now after talking with Nathan that I might be able to make it through this round. If this plan works out, it would be awesome for my resume, and I think I'd probably do a happy dance. Not because I want to send Luke home, but just because I'm safe and that, like, it went through, and that, like, because Survivor, like, you dream about playing it, and I feel like I'm, like, aside from being on an island, I feel like I'm playing. So it would just feel awesome. And to know that, like, I'm not going home when I'm at the bottom. Like, I'm nervous. I'm excited. I just want it to be Monday at this point. So we'll see what happens.
Video. Oh, there we go. Alrighty.
Also, Garrett had no idea that we were going to tribal council. That boy is an idiot. Oh my gosh. But he's so funny. I want him to win.
Garrett's chill. I don't even think he knows what Survivor is at this point.
We realized then that we would be going to tribal next week and that we would have to vote someone off even though we didn't lose any challenges. And like, at first I really didn't hear that part, so they had to kind of like reiterate that to me during our meeting.
Awkward, just bumped into Garrett, but it's Garrett, so he didn't suspect anything.
Garrett, I think I can work with because he kind of doesn't know what's going on.
I'm gonna make an Instagram page called Garrett for Survivor LU or something like that. Garrett for God. That's probably sacrilegious, but okay. Anyways, I just thought you should know that Garrett is a hoot and a holler and a half, or something.
I think a lot of people have just realized that like I'm in this game as like a small time player right now. It's like I'm not really in it to like backstab people or anything like that. Like I'm just kind of laying low and being friends with everyone and like going with the flow, going with what people say. But like I also do have like motive behind my back that these people will probably find out sometime.
Okay, so I just texted Nathan and Ben and told them that I found the idol. They asked where I found it, and I told them I found it outside the library by the pond. So I'm hoping that we're gonna meet on Monday and get lunch and come up with a plan to blindside Luke. And hoping that we can get Liz on board. But Liz is close with Alexa, so I don't really know if that's such a good idea. But obviously I can't use my idol, so I'm gonna act like I want to save it. Or something like that. I don't really know what I'm going to do yet. I kind of, it's just impulse decisions right now, but praying to God that it gets me through another week.
For good news, me, Liz, Ben, and Megan met up to see, to form an alliance per se, a trust alliance with this new alliance. The plan is to blindside Luke, just take him out entirely. That 4, would be voting out Luke, and would it be a big move? Absolutely. Would it be a good resume builder? It would be, but I've been tight with Luke since day one, so I'm not going to vote him out.
I personally really don't want Luke to go home, but again, we're just throwing his name out there just so that like she has a target, and she believes that Luke and Alexa are a power couple. At least that's what she's saying in order to try to put a target on Luke's back. So yeah, Megan claims to have found a hidden immunity idol, and she's using that as like leverage to try to get me, Nathan, and Liz to go vote out Luke. So it's one of two things. Either it is a hidden immunity idol. 2 is that because she knew she was desperate and on the bottom, she went out and made a fake idol. Which, I mean, wouldn't be too hard. I could have gone to Hobby Lobby and made a very similar looking thing that what she has. Which I might actually do later in the game if I make it far enough and need to be able to pull off some interesting maneuvers in order to try to convince people otherwise not to vote me out. Me and Nathan are just trying to make Megan feel as comfortable as she can to and feel safe, because we want to try to blindside her out, and if she does have an idol, she goes home, and if she doesn't have an idol, well, she goes home anyway. There we go. Okay. But yeah, so I mean, I think Megan would feel safe, especially after talking to because I'll make her play it. And as long as she doesn't play it, we're good. Yeah, as long as she doesn't play it. So that's crossing her fingers, because it is a calculated risk that we're doing, but if we're able to pull it off, then that would just be so much better for our game so long like that too. Without Luke, which is our second closest ally right now. That would suck so bad. Yeah, and also Megan would I feel like working with Megan would be very difficult.
She's a huge threat. I mean, even if the idol's fake, she went to the works to build an idol. So that's a huge game plan move. here to play. So I just think she's got to go. I think we gained her trust. As long as no one says anything suspicious, I don't think she'll play it.
I mean, I feel like a jerk for lying straight to her face numerous times, but you gotta do what you gotta do in this game. I don't trust Megan one bit. She's an extremely hard player. She found the idol without a clue, without a hint to where it was. So she searched for hours. She is a very good player, and that's why she has to go.
So I'm on my way to meet on the roof of Damas to discuss Survivor with like most of the people in our tribe. We were supposed to meet at 6. It is 5:30 now, and I just found out that a bunch of them are already up there talking game without me. So that might not be good. I hope they're not discussing voting me out already, because I might be completely out of luck here.
Alrighty, since you called us together, you started out.
Well, I was gonna talk about something else, but I should just tell you guys that one of you texted me and told me that you guys were meeting up at 5:30 at the library instead. And I'm not gonna say who it is, but that was a little bit of a lie, obviously, but I'm trying to save my butt here. So I told them that, and immediately they were like looking at each other like, who can I trust? So hopefully that'll work in my favor.
Wait, hold on. Say that again?
I was at dinner with one of the guys on my hall, and I got a text from someone that you guys were meeting at the library ahead of time.
Yeah, okay, so I'll address that.
So I know Nicole was with you guys, and she's running late all of a sudden, which is strange because I know you guys just came from there.
So
I just want to clear the air with that because I know.
Okay, I'll address that.
And I have some things to clear out too, but.
So I'll address that right away. The reason we met beforehand is because I fully lost my trust in you. Because I heard a ton of stuff that we did not talk about. We met beforehand, I wanted to meet because I definitely heard some stuff that made me question you, majorly question you. And I think you definitely have some explaining with that to do, and I was planning on talking about it here too. But I think it was getting so confusing because I was talking to people individually and hearing all these different things. So we were just okay, let's meet before, let's figure out what all has been said and try to get that established, because we were all just very confused. My brain is very much.
Okay, well, I'm prepared to talk about everything that people have talked to me so far. So up until probably last week sometime, when people would ask me who I wanted to get out first, I was I didn't really have a good reason. So I was the fact that certain people on our tribe know someone on the other tribe is definitely a red flag. It's a threatening thing. Nothing against you guys, personally, it's just something out of your control happened in the game.
Yeah.
That kind of gave you guys somewhat of an advantage over everyone else.
Right.
So that was my main reason for bringing that up as a concern with people.
In regards to me knowing someone on the other team.
Right.
So, how well do you think I know her?
Well, when you guys first arrived, you both were surprised to see each other, and the way you reacted, I was just okay.
Did I or did I not run up and hug her, jump up and down and scream and act like I hadn't seen her in years?
I don't think so.
No, I did not.
But you were definitely surprised. I didn't think it was a big ordeal. I just said that you guys were reacted to seeing each other, and obviously it seemed like you guys know each other.
Right.
So I just feel the things I said, specifically about you, might have been exaggerated a little bit.
Yeah.
And the way I interpreted it was exaggerated, maybe a little too.
Well, I'm glad we cleared that up though, what you said, because at that point I was I don't know if I could trust you if you made up this whole story about how we
See, I didn't think I was making it up. I just when I talked to people about it, I was based on what I know, it seemed like Ellie knew someone on the other tribe.
And I wasn't able to actually show up at the meeting that night, but I was FaceTiming in, and let me tell you, this meeting was very confrontational because, my goodness, Nate was just verbally saying to Ellie that he had wanted to vote Ellie out, and she was getting defensive, obviously, about all these things, but Nate was just laying the slate clean, with everyone. So I was a little tense, watching it. I was wow, he's saying all the names, he's saying everything he's seen and everyone he's talked to, and oh my goodness.
What I was just saying to Nate was I was confused why he was telling people that you, Sam, and I met up before Survivor last week, before we watched Survivor in the library.
So the way, when we were talking, me and Sam, you guys brought up a couple names. And the way you guys were talking,
Sam brought up a couple
names. And the way he explained it made it sound like you guys had already come to a consensus.
But that was not evident, like that didn't prove that we had. Because I told him that we had talked for that 1 minute on the bridge. When we talked on the bridge.
Sam.
Yeah, before the challenge, which is literally for a second. That's what we had mentioned. And so that was the extent to what we had talked.
I was talking to Dawson about it. We were like, the two of us were talking, we were like, it feels kind of early for people to be making moves. And then when I heard you guys were kind of talking a little bit, that was like, okay, people are actually forming alliances and stuff.
Yeah.
So that was like, kind of threw me into a loop of like, okay, we have to move now, because it seems like people are actually starting to go after people. Because like, Sam brought up Nicole and Dawson to me, and I was like completely not cool about voting the two of them out.
See, they said...
I didn't say, like that's what's confusing to me, because I didn't say, like I sat there kind of listened to what was happening, and you brought up Ellie, and he brought up Nicole, and I didn't think Dawson's name was brought up that night.
Dawson's name was definitely brought up.
Okay.
And he then accused me, Sam, and MJ of having met together beforehand and like starting a little something, which we have, but we lied very cleverly and covered it up because we don't obviously want anyone to know that. So MJ was there and she was able to like explain how that's not actually true and how the reason Nate thought that was like not exactly how it seemed to be and all this stuff. So thankfully we worked it out, but nobody actually thinks MJ and I have worked the same. When we have. Praise the Lord. That worked out. Nate honestly scares me a little bit now. He's really going ham.
So I don't know how much I can trust people. I can't talk alliances. I can't talk game with anyone because everything is spreading from person to person. And I might be in serious trouble.
Long-term strategy is right now, lay low, vote majority. Once we hit the merge, switch. Be the person who's deciding the votes, but don't be the person that people think is deciding the votes, you know? My number one ally right now is Nicole. I just feel like her and I just bond. She reminds me of someone from back home, my sister and one of my friends. So she's just like very familiar. And I feel like she's very trustworthy. And my alliance has shifted more from Nate to Nicole in the past few days, mostly this week. Yeah, he wants to work with me and I want to work with him, and he's a good friend also. But the fact that he is misunderstood sometimes, and he's always plotting, he's playing the game almost as much as Sam, just under the radar. Oh, and I found this bouncy ball, while looking for the idol today. So I don't think this is the idol, but just in case, let me know.
But I talked to Nathan yesterday, and my heart just dropped when he started talking to me because he said that he's been in contact with Megan. She's gunning for me 100%. I knew that was going to happen. I knew that was the case. But the reason my heart dropped is because apparently Megan sent a Nathan and Ben a picture of a hidden immunity idol she found. Oh, I knew it. I knew she was going to find it. She is one of the most competitive people I've ever met before, and she's not going to go down without a fight. She gets an idol. She's gunning the person who blindsided her last week, and she can't blindside Alexa because she won the challenge, and so she's coming after me. Which, thankfully, I'm really close with my alliance of 5, but she's coming after me full force, and she's going after Ben and telling him that he's in the bottom and trying to get him to flip. She's going to Nathan and trying to convince him to come work with her to blindside me to make a big move for his game. And she's telling everyone that she has an idol and she's probably going to play it and be safe for this next push. She's not telling people that, but I'm just assuming that's what's going on. Okay, but another thing too that I talked to Nathan about last night was if I'm going to put a vote down, who should it be? Alexa's safe. Everyone else is putting Megan's name down. It has to be either Ben or Liz. I mean, I could put Nathan's name down, but I trust him too much, so I don't want to do that. But my mind's been racing this whole last couple of days and how I can, stay in the vote, how I can think about working ahead and everything. But as of now, I don't know whose name I'm going to put down. I don't know, and it just sucks because they're my lines, and I trust both of them so much. I'm not confident going into this vote at all. I think a lot of people from the outside would think that I'm in a good position right now, but I think I've not made some smart decisions today, and it's just really kind of hindering me and not making me think, and making me question how actually secure I am for this vote.
So that changes up the plan, makes tonight's tribal way more risky and scary because we don't know if she's going to play it. This is the first tribal that I haven't known every single vote that was happening. Because of this entire thing, everyone has reported back to me and come back to me and told me, hey, this is who we're voting. So that's why last week I wasn't nervous. The week before that, not. But this tribal, I'm not nervous for myself, but I'm definitely nervous on how our alliance is going to stay together.
All right, so tonight is, I'm so anxious about it, so nervous, because I have no idea what's going to happen, and I know my butt is on the chopping block right now. Based on the conversation this morning, I am feeling, I'll say there's a 60% chance I'm feeling okay that this plan to blindside Luke is going to go through. I have no idea what's going to happen tonight, and I'm, so nervous about it because I do not want to go home. If I do go home, I know I went home with fighting my butt off to stay in. So I guess I'll be happy with that. But going home third is a complete embarrassment to my family. So there's no way that I can go home tonight. So.
Gihan, third time here in a row. How are you guys feeling today?
Better because Tigris is going too, so.
Exactly.
We all go down together, it's a little better, right? Ben, what were your thoughts going through your head when we announced that both teams have to go to tribal this week?
I mean, it's always nerve-wracking knowing that, you're going to tribal again, but then it's also, good to know that at least Tigris has to vote someone out, as we were definitely struggling a lot in the first two challenges. So at least we're on, I guess, we both lose some members, so we're still at least back to where we were in terms of the numbers game.
Sweet. All right, Luke, I got a question for you, man. So not only did you not win this last immunity, but you also may have caused some members of your team this immunity. How does that make you feel? Do you feel at all responsible?
Yes, I'm responsible for Liz and Nathan both failing the challenge. Apologize, guys. Love you very much. But yeah, I got a little frustrated and I dropped the spoon and just caused a lot of chaos. Liz got distracted and Nathan started laughing. So
my bad.
It does not feel good to make two other people fall down. Hopefully it doesn't put a target on you. But yeah, definitely feel bad about that one. Next time I'm gonna react a little differently, hopefully.
All right, Alexa, you're sitting pretty tonight with the individual immunity. Yes. Do you think you needed to win that this week? Was that important, or is this just another thing to add to your resume?
I think it's always important to have individual immunity because with this game, you never know what's going to shift, you never know who's going to flip, you never know what's going to go down. Especially since we've reached the point where we're all close right now. I feel like everyone has different connections with different people. You don't know which way the vote's going to go, especially because this is our third time here. We've been forced to figure out who you're going to vote with and which way the wind is going to blow and figure out how to strategize. And so really it's anybody's game at this point. So I couldn't be happier with having individual immunity. Not that I wouldn't want my other guys to be safe as well. I think anyone deserves it, but at the same time, you'd always rather have it yourself.
All right, so Nathan, there's been a lot of talk about idols as of late. Is that playing any factor into your decision tonight?
I think we know there's one out there, but the campus is huge. I haven't found anything. I've heard some talks of idols like being hidden around, but like, yeah, I don't think that there's a huge plan for idols. So
no one on this tribe has one?
Not that I know of, no.
All right, so Megan, your face last tribal, you seem pretty shocked. Is that a tell going into this tribal, or you think things are, you got everything squared away? How are you feeling?
My head is talking about it. It's quite obvious. But you have to trust someone in this game, so hopefully the people I'm choosing to trust aren't going to screw me over. If I go down, fight a chance, so we'll see what happens.
So what steps have you taken to get your head off that topic?
Trying to build connections and trying to, hopefully I've made good points to the people that I've talked to about the future and where this could potentially go in the next couple weeks. I don't know what happens.
Well, that being said, let's get to the votes.
I have not slept the last couple of nights thinking about this vote. This is nothing personal.
You're too much of a threat. You've gone behind all of us, you talk trash about all of us, and you can't be trusted. I think you gotta go.
Oh boy, hope this works.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now is the time to do so. First up. Luke. Take a vote. Megan. One vote. Ben. That's one vote Megan, one vote Luke, one vote Ben. Megan. It's 2 votes Megan. 1 vote Luke, 1 vote Ben. Megan, that's enough. You've been voted off.
Megan, your tribe has spoken.
I'm very angry right now. I think they're very dumb, quite frankly, because obviously Luke and Alexa are like this. So for them not to take this opportunity to take Luke out was dumb on their part. No, I'm proud. I'm happy that I went down fighting. I gave it my all. I guess I made like alliances with the wrong people. But I hope it comes to bite them in the butt, so whatever.
So, tribal council is tomorrow, and I'm 100% certain that I am not going home. In fact, I'm excited. Let's bring this thing into fruition. I've planned, I've strategized, I've talked to people. I'm excited to see where it goes.
So, it's currently the day of tribal council, my tribe's first tribal council, and I'm really nervous. I think Sam is definitely the most threatening player. Everyone voted Sam, and Sam played a hidden immunity idol, which 3 people have found him on 3 different occasions searching for it.
Out here looking for the hidden immunity idol, and I think I see Sam looking for it, so I'm trying to avoid him right now because I don't want him to know I'm looking for it. Even if I don't get the hidden immunity idol, I want to make sure that If Sam gets it, I know that he does have it. So I know who I'm getting rid of. And he stopped and he's looking for it. So yeah, he's definitely looking for it. So I'm walking past Sam right now. I don't think he'll notice. He's right over there.
So, it's a high likelihood that he could have one.
Going into the first tribal council is very daunting. Right now, the person I trust most in this game is close to MJ, and MJ and I are in a strong alliance with Megan, who I also trust. And everyone I've talked to has said that we're voting together, and which is Nicole. I think if I'm not being played, then we're all gonna vote Nicole.
Sam is at least predictable. Sam is obviously a threat. He's so into the game. He is over the top with it. Like, we know that. We know that. And when we merge, he's going to be a target. He's going to get out because he's just an obvious choice for a vote. But Nate, on the other hand, clearly has the manipulative skills to get people on his side. So, he's got to go.
Tigress, your first time here at Tribal Council, how's it feeling? You're here kind of against your will.
It sucks. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all like each other a lot, and we haven't lost anything, so it just really stinks that we have to be here and vote someone out.
For sure. So Sam, you just literally jumped off the plane, ran here practically. Is that beating into your nerves? You haven't been able to be here and talk to your tribe mates. How are you feeling?
It definitely feeds into a little bit of nerves because, like, all weekend it's been a little bit tough to be as strategic as many of us have been before and to talk to people. So there is a difference between communication and barriers, but I mean that's the way it goes sometimes. Like I said, we literally just got here, so there's a little bit of nerves, but.
So Nicole, this is you guys' first week at Tribal Council. Did you have to scramble this past week, or were there some alliances forming even before this week?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to say because I feel like since I'm off campus, I've kind of been out of more like conversations. Like I know a lot of people have like run into each other in the library and like can just talk easier. But since I'm off, I haven't like run into people. So I definitely talked to a few people, but it's still hard to know exactly like where people are wanting to go.
So Megan, you pulled out a immunity win. You really didn't have much competition.
Don't get that.
With that being said, does that up your target, your threat level? Does that add to your resume? How are you feeling?
Obviously I feel good about getting it, but like you said, like, you know, they were saying before, like, we're all super close. I don't think the initial thought was like, oh, Megan's a target. Like, we're all super close. It was more of just like, okay, that happened. Like, it was the first time, like, we got out of the way. And then I don't think it affected any strategizing after that. Like,
All right, MJ, you say you all love each other, you're all happy, but fact of the matter is someone's going home tonight. So is tonight's vote, is it keeping Tigress strong? Is it someone that's weak? Or are you gonna take this opportunity to maybe get out a threat before any changes are made?
I think it's hard to say because I think every single person adds something to this team, so no matter what, I don't think we have like a weak person on our tribe. I think everyone is strong, and I think that's what's so hard about the decision today. So I really can't say. I think that everyone's strong, so no matter what, you're taking out a threat.
Garrett, you were nodding your head. Has anyone stood out in challenges in a good or bad way?
I don't think so. I think we've all competed pretty equally, and we've all like shared different talents that we have. So like some of us have more strength to like physical activity. Some of us have better like mental capabilities. So I think for all of us together, I don't really think there's any strengths or weaknesses. I just think we've all just got along very good and very trustworthy of each other when we go to challenges.
So Dawson, there's been a lot of talk about idols in this game so far. People don't know if they are there, where they are, who has them. So how is that playing a part in your decisions?
Yeah, I mean,
the campus is like 2 miles wide. We don't know what an idol looks like. None of us took the knowledge power or advantage, so we didn't even get a hint, and so the other tribe had 2 people take it, and so the odds of us finding an idol compared to them who have the advantage, and even like them who have the advantage, like it's still going to be difficult because the campus is so big and an idol is usually going to be small.
All right, Ellie. You guys are still acting all happy. Is tonight's vote going to be unanimous, or alliance is going to be made pretty clear tonight?
I think it's definitely hard to say. I mean, you want to say like, oh, for sure, like this is what's going to happen, but I mean, you never really know. And like I said, I feel like we all trust each other, and that we are a happy tribe. Like I really do think that we are.
Hey, is this the last time that we see Tigress for a while at Tribal Council?
I hope so. I mean, assuming that there's a swap of some kind, obviously that could change things, but I feel like if we stay on the same opposite tribes, I feel like we'll continue to win moving forward.
So Sam, Nate said tribe swap, that always adds a wrench to the plans. How does that affect your vote tonight?
If we do swap, I think we've all kind of decided that no matter what, Tigress stays strong. And regardless of the vote tonight, I think Tigress is going to remain strong. And the only reason we're really here is because we have to be.
All right, with that being said, let's get to the votes.
You also terrify me because you're way too sneaky.
I'm hoping it's you and not me tonight.
It's way too big of a threat, way too early on.
This is purely based off a majority vote, hopefully. Very sorry.
Welcome home. If anyone has a hidden genie, I don't like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, I'll read the votes. First vote. Call. Nate. Nate. 2 votes Nate, 1 vote Nicole. Sam. Sam. That's 2 votes Sam, 2 votes Nate, 1 vote Nicole. Sam. Sam, that's 4, that's enough. We'll get your choice.
Sam, your tribe is spoken.
Honestly, it's not surprising. There was a lot of weird vibes going on. I don't think there's anything I could have done differently. It was bad timing. I wish I got to play more. I think it could have won. I played it off very well. So whoever orchestrated it deserves to win the game. I hope Tigress wins this game, and I have no hard feelings towards it.
Next time on Survivor LU.
Drop your buffs.
A swap leads to chaos. Will former tribal lines be held? Or will these bonds be broken? As things escalate, so do the idol hunts.
6:15 in the morning. We're about to look and find it.
Oh.